Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about 5.4a, simplifying rational expressions. So let's see. So what is a rational expression? A rational expression is simply a quotient of two polynomials. In other words, it is a fraction whose numerator and denominator are polynomials. So you have a fraction, and numerator and denominator are polynomials. That we call rational expression. Not difficult word, right? So like this, x squared plus 2 is a polynomial over x plus 3. Even though it's a linear equation, linear is also part of polynomials. The two terms now, or like this, they are the examples of rational expressions, right? Then, so how do you simplify? So let's start with, try with the error analysis. Can't try to simplify rational expression, but he made a mistake. So can you find it? Here are the steps. Can you find this, follow the steps and then see what is wrong? So if you have two different rational expressions, especially they have a different denominator, right? Then what should you do is first, you should find the common denominator. Think about when you simplify the fractions, when you add or subtract fractions, what did you do? You find the common denominator, right? And then add the numerator or subtract the numerators. Like this, you find the common denominator. How? If the denominators are completely different, you just multiply them. If they are the quadratic equation, then you should factor and then put only the different factors together. That will be common denominator. So x minus 3, x plus 1, if you multiply, there will be the common denominator. Excuse me. Then, after you find the common denominator, so far so good, right? It's not difficult. Now you need to convert each fraction by using the common denominator. So denominator will be x minus 3, x plus 1. Then when you convert it, so this fraction, now denominator become x minus 3, x plus 1. Originally, it had only x minus 3, but you multiplied x plus 1 to the denominator. Then you should do the same thing to the numerator, right? Then you don't change the value. So x plus 1, you multiply same thing to the numerator and denominator, you don't change the value, so equivalent. So you multiply x plus 1, so 1 to the x. Likewise, the second fraction, x plus 1 became x minus 3, x plus 1. It means you multiply the x minus 3, so you multiply x minus 3 to the numerator too. And then what do you do? Once you have a common denominator, you should now simplify numerators. So now this is a multiplication. You distribute x squared plus x. This is 1x is x minus 3, right? And then what do? You subtract numerators. So you have now two fraction become one fraction, right? When you make one fraction, what do? You keep the common denominator, and then what? You subtract numerators, right? Because this is subtraction. If it is addition, you added the numerators, but now subtract. But when you subtract, you should be careful. So x squared plus x minus x minus 3. How was it? When you subtract, you are not subtract only x, you are going to subtract every term in the second numerator, right? So you are going to subtract x, you are going to subtract minus 3 also. So minus x minus minus 3. What happened? Minus minus or negative negative become plus. So minus x, but this is supposed to be plus. Oh, there was an error over here. Then obviously this is wrong. So x minus x will cancel out. It's okay, but this is not minus 3. This will be plus 3. So your answer will be like this: x squared plus 3, and then you are done with the simplification. Everybody understand? Let's see more example. You have a example. Now I'll go fast because now you know what is the common denominator here? X plus 2 times 2x minus 1, because both of them don't have any common factor, right? So multiply. And then what is next? You convert each fraction by using the common denominator. What do? X plus 2, 2x minus 1, x plus 2, 2x minus 1 in the middle minus. You change it each fraction by using the common denominator. The first one, you multiply 2x minus 1 to the numerator 2, right? And then second one, x plus 2, x plus 2. You get it? And then now what should you do? Simplify. So 3, you should distribute 3 to all the terms in the parentheses. So 3 times 2x is 6x, 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. Second one, x plus 2, right? And then subtract. When you subtract x, you subtract 2. So 6x minus 3 minus x minus 2. And common denominators here. And then combine like the terms, simplify numerator. What do you get? 6x minus x, 5x, minus 3 minus 2 become minus 5. And you are done. How about this one? Now, again, x squared has x as a common, right? As a factor, right? So x times x. So when you have a denominator like this, do you multiply as a common denominator? No, you don't need to multiply. You choose the higher power. That will be the common denominator. So both of them. So if you make x squared and x, higher power is x squared, right? Then x squared is the common denominator. You don't need to multiply. Then you don't need to change the first one. X squared has x in itself, right? In it, x as a factor in x squared. So you don't need to multiply. Just x squared has a, including x in it. So just choose higher power, higher exponent. That will be the common denominator. So then you are going to change it of each fraction, but you don't need to change the first one, just the second one, like this, right? 4 of x squared minus x squared. How do you get x squared? X times x, right? So you multiply x to the both. So 1 times x. Now combine 4 minus x. You are done. Everybody good? So just how do you find out common denominator? That's the most important thing. So if you want to see more example, you can look at the document, the practice problems, and we are done here.